Where are you tonight? Something's wrong. The hat's not right. The hat's not right. That's not right. That's not the side I use. Here's the side I use. Used it so much I broke it. Tried to repair it. Got to get back to Austria to get a new handle. So that wasn't right. Trying to make an allusion to Hee Haw. You know, Hee Haw, wonderful show. But here it was the real anomaly. That's the real anomaly. That's got no business there. This is a seal. This is a seal from Harvard University. I could have got my diploma out, but I don't know exactly where it is. And this is kind of way prettier. Looks a little rough. It made a trip through the belly of the beast, a little bit like Jonah in the belly of the whale. Veritas. Anyway, the thing about it is, you see, is I went to Harvard. I am a peasant, and I dearly love Hee Haw. And I'm making a trailer. Welcome to Frankskwl. It's sort of a trailer. Everything is only one take. This is like reality television. Why do I spell Frankskwl like that? Well, I don't want to take the time to explain now. It's the way you say it. It could have been Frankskwl, in which case this would have been a W, but Frankskwl. I set out, about over 2 years ago, I set out to teach a course online. I knew it was going to be 180 days, a course. If you want to find it, you'll find it at 1.1.1. And I explained what I was setting out to do. And I meant to make it available for homeschoolers because I was a retired teacher. That was my principal audience that I was aiming at. And it was to be free, which it still is. And it still is aimed at that. But now it's over 2 years later, and I've got over 900 videos on this channel. And I realized after the first year, when I was starting into the second year, I realized this isn't a course, this is a school, that I'm making, comprised of many courses. And I want to say immediately that I did not do this alone. A woman named Shirley Hockling, a German woman, wife of Thomas Hockling, she has helped me from the word go. And I'll be showing you in the next video, the trailer part 2, I guess, a course catalog, where you could see her if you wanted to, she who has helped me so much. During the period that I have been teaching this, I've had 2 classrooms or studios. I started down in the barn, and that first year I was bundled up a lot of times in a coat, sweater, because it was cold down there. Then I moved up here to the basement of my house, and so now I'm in my second classroom. This is more comfortable. In some ways, the other one I liked it. And I think that by next year, I'll have still a third classroom to my school. All right, and I do want to say that as far as this school is concerned, if you would consider taking courses in my school, what I realize is absolutely essential is intellectual curiosity. That's what would drive you to look at my videos and try to learn the material that I offer. I at first intended, and I still intend, that somebody would start with this one and go right through all the videos and take the whole course, beginning in my mind with 8th graders, which is what I taught, and then going to 9th graders in the second, 2.1.1 would be the second year, and then a full year, 180 days, both times, and now I'm in the 3.1 point, etc., or well, 3.56 or so. This is the first, this is the year, this is the day, and this is the video. And I guess I'll need to explain that in what's coming still. Okay, I'm going to erase the board, write some more stuff on there, and then continue. So this video is not over. Hello, I call this still the same video. I erased the board and wrote stuff on there again. I just want to go on explaining a little bit more about Frankskwl. So part 2. there have been 3 years. I'm in my 3rd year. And the numbers, they go like this: year, day, video. And in the first year, I mean, if you'll go to that video, 1.1.1, and then I think it's 1.2, the second video, I explain what I intended to do. And now I'm looking back, and I pretty much did it. I did a chronological survey of the humanities, and I explain it more there. So, well, I'll explain it in the course catalog, which is coming in the next video. A lot about linguistics, a lot about foreign languages, and including English grammar. That was part of linguistics. English grammar, diagramming sentences. I'll tell you more in detail in the course catalog. A lot about Shakespeare. I teach how to write verse. That's like poetry that rhymes, if you don't know what I mean by verse. And then toward the end of that year, I go through some preparation for a trip that I took to Europe. And I put an arrow here because then when I came back, now in between these two, I actually taught a course. It's EFD, English für Deutsche, English for Germans. That was in the summer. But I teach that in my very bad German, so I don't know if that would be of interest to you or not. But then in the second year, I begin the year, well, that's when I move up here, and there's some awkward videos with the lighting and stuff. But then I settle into details of this trip that I took to Europe. And that goes on for, almost a third of the year, I think, that I... maybe not that much, but that I covered, because that was an extensive trip. Then I also begin to talk about the trades. What I mean is the various things that people have done. Well, I don't have time to explain that now. German. And punctuation. I didn't put that in here. I taught punctuation. And then I settled into teaching German. At first, I wanted to show why people should love the German language. Then I decided, well, I'm going to start to teach it. And I'm still sort of teaching German. Then, toward the end, I begin to prepare and explain about the preparation for a journey to Europe once again, this time specifically to Portugal, northern Portugal, and Galicia, which is the westernmost part of Spain. And then I put an arrow once again because when I get into the third year, and you'll see this described 3.1.1, or I give an alternate beginning to the year. If you didn't want to start with that trip, but wanted to start with the Taming of the Shrew, I should have put that there. The Shakespearean play, The Taming of the Shrew. But anyway, I did travel through Portugal and Galicia, and I had tried to organize a bigger trip with maybe as many as 5-10 people going with me to help out at a certain site. In the end, I traveled only with my producer, Shirley Hawkins. There goes my side. And you would see her in some of those videos. Now, that's where I am now, and I stopped to try to organize this a little bit and make a kind of a trailer. But I will go on to teach about Wedge's paradigm, something that might help to understand why I think so differently. Choral music, at this point I'm thinking I may teach a lot about the history of choral music. And then I may begin to do a preparation once again for another trip to Europe, this time to northern Germany and or the Tyrol, to learn about things and to get a new handle for my side. I use this so much. Now I don't think I have to call it the next day or whatever, but in fact it will be tomorrow that I'm going to go through what I'll call a course catalog. First year, second year, third year. And I'll be more specific, and I'll give some numbers so that you decided, well, I don't care about any of the rest of this, but I would like to learn German. I'll give you a number that would show where you could jump into it and start taking that the German course as part of Frankskwl. Okay, see you next time, which will be taking a look at the quote-unquote course catalog for Frankskwl. Bye for now.